Good morning. Welcome back to Trading Futures Live. My name is Franco. Before we start, remember that trading is inherently risky and you can lose all your capital. So please don't take my trades. Take your own risk. Okay? So with that, welcome back to the channel. Welcome you back to the channel. All right. So on the pre-market, we were checking on the dollar. Morning. We were checking on the dollar, and we saw the dollar going up, but into a London supply created on Monday. Okay, so even though the markets are dropping a little bit, the dollar is going up a little bit, the yields are going up as well. I am not 100% bearish, so I will be neutral bearish, okay, because I acknowledge that, and I acknowledge that the dollar is in supply, and if the dollar start to react positively to that supply, meaning start to drop, the markets are gonna retrace back up. Okay, good morning Soccer, Natic, Ismael, Stack, Snake. Thank you for being here, guys, investing your time with me here. All right. So yeah, the markets are giving up a little bit. So this is my demand from yesterday. So here's my trade. Here's my entry. This was my target. My ultimate target was 45. Where was that? 40. There we go. I would have gotten it after hours, 3 minutes after I closed. Actually, 3 minutes after I closed my trade, but that's okay. I decided to close the trade at 4 in the afternoon. I did have funded accounts. I did have other things. Market was closed or was closing, so I said, all right, so this trade is not gonna go to 45. It went. Now, my biggest concern was Netflix reporting. If we have a drop on Netflix, this thing is gonna tank. So I might as well just grab whatever I have. Okay, it's 4 p.m. But I scaled out the majority, though. Oh yeah, sorry, buddy. Yeah, this was my trade here. This was my entry. So my first entry in the zone was this one, right? Break even right here. So this was my first long, right? So break even right here, because no, I got break even, but even though I got a break even here, my position sizing was not the right one. I did have just one contract, and then I was watching the price action, and then I decided to get back in here, stop that break even here. I said, all right, if it doesn't break the low, I got back in here, and then finally got the trade. Okay, sorry about that. I was not pointing that out. I did not have the correct screen. So we're off 1 minute into the market. The market is going up a little bit. Okay, the dollar is coming off of the supply, right? So the good part here is that we moved down on the dollar. And when I say the good part here is that we move, if we are looking for shorts, right? We moved down on the dollar, but the market did not go up much, right? Just going sideways here. So ideally, what I really want is the dollar come back to the demand, 1246, and this thing staying low, like below this, okay? This is a pre-market resistant, pre-market supply right here, okay? If the dollar comes back down strongly, and we stay below this supply, I think it's a good short, right? But if the dollar drops and we blow this supply to the upside, then the whole story might change. Okay. I still have no information on the internals. We're just 2 minutes into the trading session. Now I was trading these funded accounts. I do have few companies, right? I do have actually several companies that I am funded with. But I was always trading just one of them, right? That's why I was not maximizing my power of leverage. I was always trading just one of them, right? Now yesterday I did have two. And as long as I build them, I'm gonna start putting more into, like, I need to buy more replicantos and so on. But I think replicanto is a phenomenal tool. All right, so the dollar continues going down, and the markets are pushing higher. That is expected. Now I want to see what the market does in this area, right? If we just blow to the upside, we do have this 191, 192 resistance here from the overnight, right here. I know this one is, yeah, this is another one. So we actually have two. We have that one and this one, right? It looks like we are blowing this thing to the upside. Now internals they opened up, ADQD opened up minus 1500. That's not unusual because we were dropping. Now it hasn't go up much. Like it opened up at 16 minus 1600. Now we are minus 1350. It's not much. Like tick chart is about to get to the zero line. And the dollar is at this rally-based rally created at 6:20, between 6:30 and 7 in the morning. I don't think this is a high quality. Regarding the location, it's not good. So I will ignore this area. If we have a bounce here from the dollar, it'll be very, I will be very impressed. So I think the equity markets have more upside right here. Now you asked me, oh, what do you didn't take the long right here, right? At the open. Now, my type of trading is one that I need some formations, right? All this is overnight. I know this area is good because of Monday's move, right? So this is a Monday demand. And it worked yesterday again. Now, the more time we spend here, the less likely that is going to work in the next time. Okay, so if I'm shorting this, I would probably put a scale out, but my ultimate target is probably beyond this. Okay. Now, how do you compare what zone is stronger, right? Which one has more strength? Because you have the dollar in supply, but you have demands in the dollar. So you say, all right, how do you say which one is gonna hold, right? The only way I do have to just answer that question is what's the leg out, right? How big is the leg out? How strongly came out of the area, right? And the one that has a better move out of the area, that's the one that I consider stronger, right? And for now, that's why I said on the pre-market, the most likely scenario for the dollar is not to go through this supply so easily, because look at the leg out. Look at the strong coming out of it, right? Strong way out of the zone. A lot of sellers, right? And very, very little buyers. Or this represents even no buyers or a lot of sellers, right? In either way, you have the imbalance. So that's why you need to be careful of. That's what you're looking for, the imbalance. Because in reality, there's no way for me to know how many orders are in any area, right? I tried to rely in the past on order flow and stuff. I couldn't find a real edge, at least for me. I know a lot of people find edge there, but I couldn't, right? All right, so the tick chart didn't make it to the zero line, and we are dropping from there. So the 7 minute just opened. So I want to see what is here, what happened in this candle. Okay, so let me see what's going on here. Oh, there's not much. It's just a drop. It's no retest, and there's nothing. So I will ignore this. I just want to pay attention to whatever is happening right here. So this is a very good area though. Here it is. That is a high quality area. And I want to pay attention here where the pivot is. Pivot is. Ideally, I want the dollar just not to hold that area, because I don't, regarding the location is not good, but it's reacting off of it. And it's pushing prices down. So finally, tick chart made it to the zero line. Now with the ADQD, I needed to make a new low. Until it makes a new low, I'm not even considering the short. Especially because I do have this area in front of me. I will appreciate it if you smash that like button so we can get notified and help more traders. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Oh, you know what? Before we have a trade, I need to set up my smart risk. I will go up to like 1.2% to 65 to 70. There we go. $270 per trade. Here's another one. But the problem with this one, I do like this one. I like this area. The problem with this one is my risk. How much do I have to risk, and how much is going to be my RR? Let's pay attention. Let's see what I can do here. Bond yield stalled right there, but they haven't broken any low. $36. What is the 36? So you have 41 is a tick chart peak. Where is it? There we go, here. So this is a tick chart peak. That's why this area is working, I guess. Thank you, Diggory. Thank you, guys. Even though I do trade futures, I pay close attention to the dollar, so you can get benefited from whatever we talk about the dollar the entire day. So I follow the dollar the entire day. I used to trade Forex though. So I'm looking at this level 182, 1/4. The way I will treat this one is I will let it come into the zone, because now the pivot is here. If I were to take this one, I would have a defined risk, okay? But if I go to this one, my invalidation point has to be this one, okay? And my risk and reward ratio is gonna be screwed. Like, look at the 3-to-1, right? It's beyond this area. So for now, until the dollar hits a high quality demand, I'm paying attention to this target, okay? So I need to narrow my risk so I can make 3-4 times my risk. So tick chart hasn't made a new low. Has not made a new low. So 142. So the 142 is the low actually here in the tick chart as well. So we don't have still we don't have enough information. The volume is lower today though. It's certainly lower than yesterday. Looks like Netflix is the only one going up. The rest of my portfolio lab is going down. Not very volatile though. All right, so the dollar is coming back to the supply. Let's see if we can have a break. Let's say we don't break this, right? This is one possibility. Is we go through the supply on the dollar, we come back to retest, and in this retracement, we can have a push to this level 180. So far, that area is holding pretty nicely. No, this is an add-on. It's an add-on. This is not standard with NinjaTrader. It's called Katana. It's not available yet. It's in beta, so I am friend with the developer, and we're still trying this thing. It works pretty good, so I'm pushing him to try and see if we can sell it to traders. Right? It's pretty useful. It's pretty cool, especially this risk and reward ratio feature and the smart risk. Smart risk for me is gold, so I don't have to calculate my size. It does it for me automatically. I know. I can't promise you that it's gonna come anytime soon, but I already talked to him. He is still working on some improvements. All right, so we do have the dollar in supply, right? We do have a dollar in supply. Let's see if we can have a push here. Now the tick chart broke to the upside. The good part is that the ADQD actually broke to the downside, okay? So ideally what I want is this thing to come to the area, get deeper, right? And so here's the deal. I do have this pivot here that is putting some pressure, not really. I will scale out if I have this trade, right? This red line is important. Where is, how much is this? Oh, it's 3 to 1. So we came close to the 180. Now the dollar is in supply. I want to see the dollar just going through very aggressively to, through that supply. Okay. So the 15-minute looks pretty bullish though. That demand is holding pretty nicely there. Is sideways volatile because prices is jumping back and forth, like is moving, but is in a range since the open. Ideally, if we happen to break through the upside here between 180 and 213, I want the tick chart to make a lower high. If the tick chart gives me the lower high, then I'll take the short. So the dollar came to 12.86 again, and is trying to retrace to the downside. Pretty aggressive selling from there. Like it touched my zone, but that was not my plan. My plan was just wait for it to get inside. Look at this thing. Wow. It dropped 40 points in like 20 seconds. Yeah, so the dollar is really pushing deeper into that supply. will all depend on the dollar. If we break the supply, and we most likely will break 3,700. So, but right now the dollar is in the supply, right? Look, it takes time, right? And you never know um if buyers are gonna hold that, if you have enough buying orders to hold that price, right? It doesn't look like, but we've been there one, two, three, four times. This is the fourth time. So it's gonna take time, either filling up the orders or just for the buyers to give up. It looks like the dollar wants to break to the upside, but until it doesn't break, it's hard to say. 3,700 is the line in the sand right there. Is where is what I said in the pre-market. Like that's a price that will give us the opportunity. Is either to the upside, or if we break to the downside, a retest of 3,700 is going to be a good short. If we happen to break to the downside. So I was looking for this 82. It came exactly to 82. Oh, 82 one quarter actually went through one tick. Yes. It came to target real quick, like in a few seconds. Go take some fresh air, Sogarnatic. This thing is hard. This thing requires a lot of focus and concentration. So get out of your computer for a few minutes and don't try to recover whatever you lost, because if you don't do it the right way, you're gonna dig a bigger hole. That's my experience. If I lost a trade or I trade terribly, I just go get out of my computer, turn that shit off, wait till tomorrow. Yo, Stack. I'm on a 3-day destruction myself. Oh. How can I help you guys? How can I help you guys? How can I help you guys? You guys need some help from I know it's always our fault, but the thing is we don't get conscious of what we do. We do it, we destroy accounts, and then is when the hangover comes and say, wow, how did I do that? Right? Or why did I do that? Yeah, this book, and I'll recommend you for those who are really desperate. There is a chapter in Tilt. This is the 6th chapter. Look, I carry it with me like all the time. I have it here in my desk. But there's a good part that talks about desperation. There we go. Page 224. Page 224. The desperation part is one of the best part of the book, right? Don't try to make anything back that you lost. You need to work on accepting that sometimes you make mistakes. And the money that is lost is already lost. If you try to recover it without a plan, you're going to lose more money. Like it happened to me. So you cannot, you cannot tell me stories about trading. I've done everything. Good things and bad things. But mostly bad things. Like I have a lot of experience. I think I could help people because I do went through those moments that you might be going right now. Now, King Arthur, you've made a good point. Volatile markets sometimes um, gets the attention of people, but in a bad way. Like if it was a drug, you see movement and you're feeling a lot of emotions at the same time that you're missing out. Number one. Number two, that you have a lot of opportunities. But I tell you, if you don't have a plan, you have zero opportunity to make money in these markets. You can make money today, tomorrow, in few weeks. But at the end of the day, you will lose it. Because you need to be systematic. You need to have a systematic plan that is proven. So yeah, I used to sit here and saw the markets dropping 2%, especially during the pandemic. Pre-market 3%, minus 3, 4%, and said, wow, so I'm gonna make big money here. But guess what? I couldn't, because I didn't have a concrete plan. And I used to feel this. I used to really feel it physically. I used to see a lot of volatility, and I used to feel excited, like some sort of arousal from volatility. That's not good. Yes, but it takes time. But I don't get it, and I don't get it. I don't get excited the same way I used to get excited. That's my point. I used to get excited like if I was getting into the casino and betting some money, right? I used to get excited that way. Stack, this is very important because the time frame of you making it or not making it, there are a few things, not few, there are a lot of things involved in that. It took me 5 years, and knowing what I know now, I think I could have made it in 1 year or between 1 and 2 years, right? But you need to have the information, the right information, the right and the right coaching, the right help. Without that, it's gonna take longer, right? And every person is different. Um, yes, yeah, I know what is that. I know what is to feel pressured because you need to make it. It's not only the money; it's your family that tell you this is a scam and the majority of people just fail. But I'll tell you, the majority of realtors. I'm a realtor myself. I did it because for myself to buy, invest, and so on. But like 90% of realtors fail. They don't make it. They have to have another job to keep in the business, to stay in business, right? So it's not only trading, like lawyers. How many lawyers just in South Florida? I think is immigration lawyers are like 70,000 just in South Florida. So the competition is brutal. Do they all make it the same way? Absolutely not. Some of them will probably make little money. Some of them make big money, right? Some of them have like more than one job. So trading is no exception. Now, trading is particularly hard because the mainstream information out there tells you that with the click of a button, you can make money in your house, in your pajamas, and without hard work. That's totally false, right? Of course, but you don't need to be very skillful to be a waiter, right? So the most skills that a business requires, the better it will pay. Now, this one requires especially very high skill, which is knowing yourself and controlling your emotions. Like knowing your emotions, and I don't think there's something harder than that. Like people hide from themselves. They hide from themselves. They don't want to accept themselves. There you go, King Arthur. That's the risk and reward ratio of being in trading. If you can make it, I think even for myself, and I'm thinking in a trade right now that is paying me $500 or $1,000 or $2,000. I'm going for the big buck. This is gonna take me time, probably a few years, but it is what it is. Like I'm enjoying the process, right? If you get to fall in love to the process, you will see trading differently. If you enjoy the process of doing the work, you will see trading a lot differently than just, oh, I lost $500 or I'm losing $1,000 today or a moron, right? Whereas I could go spend those $1,000 somewhere else. if you if you are in a desperate stage, where I think the majority of beginner traders fall at some point, being desperate, you probably need external help. Not only in your accountability part, but like a therapist. I do have a therapist. Like I don't have to hide it. I do go to my therapist once a month, right? I think is healthy for me. Um, yeah. Stack, I'm not qualified, bro. I'm not nearly qualified. What I am qualified in is that experience in trading. I do have a lot of experience. Um, let's say not in markets because I've been trading just for 5 years, but emotionally, I do have a lot of experience. All right, I do think we can take this short. Let's see where the tick chart is. We probably might have this short. Um, let's see if the tick chart get exhausted, I will take this short. Only if the tick chart gets exhausted. Now I will not take this limit order, right? I need to see the exhaustion. But now the tick chart is on the lower part of the chart, is not good. For now, I'm not taking it, okay? I think doing whatever is in your hand to try to change um, is some work that you put into getting better, right? Because I'll tell you, technically you can improve, right? To a certain point. But if you don't have the right mindset to make money, it's not gonna happen. Regardless of your trading plan, if it's profitable, not profitable, or whatever whatever you use in trading, right? I couldn't care less. You can trade in your own way. You invented or you use EMA, MACD, RSI, like any person can make money with any trading plan. It's your psychology that get to keep the money and get to take advantage of the opportunity. And at the end, if you don't have the right mindset, you will not make it. So working in yourself and not focusing so much in the markets is crucial. I mean, it's for me is number one. All right, so there you go. So it's 7 minute. There you go. Let's see. I'm gonna put the order. So I have the order. I have the order set. If we go through, I will simply take it off. So we broke to the upside. I think the 7 minute has some potential to give us a retracement. So the tick chart made a new high, but immediately rejected it. All right, so we went through, never took this trade. It cost us zero money. Okay, $0. Let's cancel the order and readjust. So the ES is basically flat. The NQ is positive though. The dollar is still holding right there. So we do have this. If we want to engage to the long side, let's see. But this one is the one. There we go. So right now, whatever I have to the left is overnight, so I will ignore it until we create some sort of supply here. I will not pay attention to the short, okay? The long, I do have this one. I don't like the location of this one, especially because of this formation, but this one, 141, is pretty good area. Geometrically is a good location. Sorry, geometrically is in a good location. Geometrically is good, right? And the location is perfect. It's right here, this double triple bottom basically. Well, yes, like if we talk about the law of large number, King Arthur is where you can show if your plan is profitable, right? But if you watch uh, your trading plan per single trade is completely random, and the randomness is something that you cannot change. You need to understand that the market is very dynamic, and if you have a trade, but something can change um, at any time. Like if you guys traded while Trump was president, you will have a normal trading day, and then suddenly he tweeted, and the thing moved. I don't know, 100 points in 2 minutes, right? So you cannot account for those events. It's hard to predict. So that's why I do consider one single trade in my trading strategy completely random. And I would say it's completely luck, right? If you see one single trade, you cannot assure that the trade will make you money. That's a fact, right? And I've seen in the past to try to just make one single trade that is gonna make money, right? And the way you can see that is like, all right, I have the the best probabilities in my side. Like if I have the dollar, if I have for me, no, this is not for everybody, but for me is the tick, ADQD, dollar, everything aligned, supply and demand. I'm trading. Okay, if it works, fine. If it doesn't work, I there's nothing I can do, right? But if I see my trades on a 900 to 1000 trades that I have in my edge wonk, I am profitable because the majority of them pay me. Sorry, not the majority, but when I win, I do win a lot more money than when I lose, right? Or what I risk. Doesn't matter of fact, I lose the majority of my trades. I lose the majority. 59% of my trades are losers. Now, I do acknowledge, like we did have the dollar in supply, but this formation was a good formation, okay? But I did not have any opportunity to get in, so the opportunity hasn't come yet. If you see this one, might have been because it came back. If you see here is the rally-based rally, the retest. This is the explosive accumulation, and it came back here. It would have been a good trade, but I was not paying attention here to the long. I was paying attention to the short. So where the dollar was here is 10, 11, right? The dollar was already coming out of there. MB, I'm not paying attention to and look to the left. It might work, but I need something to be created here real time. Everything I have to the left is overnight. Yeah, it might come to the 292 pivot or 300 and then bounce back down, but I need a formation to be created. So no, I'm not having, I don't have any area for shorts. Overnights, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I rather just wait for the formation to be created here. It doesn't take much to create a formation, probably 5 to 10 minutes. Yes. I think 3 pillars of trading is number 1, obviously, that you have an edge. That's the first thing you got to work on, having an edge. It's either you bought a class and you tested yourself and you learn how to trade that way, that's number one. Number two is a risk management, right? If you make more money when you win and then you lose money when you lose, right? That's simple math. And inadequate ratios, you'll be profitable. That's number two. And number three is your mindset to try to execute that plan the best way you can. Because all trading plans have drawdowns. Like if you see my performance in May, I did have 11 red days in May, but I managed to close the month at break even. We were just starting the channel, and I was like, damn, we're just starting the channel and I am in this drawdown. It's hard. But my friend used to tell me, look, if you overcome this stage where you have 11 trading days on the red, but you don't blow anything, you don't lose your cool, so you will be better in the future, right? So that's the work. So tick chart is starting to diverge. So the previous high is 16 right here. So this is the high on the tick right here, and we're putting new highs. Sorry. So we're putting new highs, and the tick is not. So we might be approaching to some sort of change. I need to see some formations to be created here. The dollar is back at the low from the open. So here are the two possible scenarios that I'm looking for. Here are the two possible scenarios on the dollar. So we already know that we had this supply, right? Okay, this supply is working pretty nicely. I think I didn't want to take the long, especially because I did take that area yesterday. So I think it's already used up. It's lower probability, but it's a line in the sand, right? If we go through that area, we might have some downside, right? So I didn't consider it as a high probability area. So if we have this movement, right, we can go find a long, and probably here we probably have the area that I draw there, 141 and 167, one of them, okay? Or we just go to the upside here from here. So this is an area that is putting some pressure to the buy side of the dollar. Now I did not like this one. Is in the middle of nowhere. Although we did have this pivot here, but no, I to be honest, I didn't consider this one at all. So I was considering this one. Okay. Yes, like having an I do use Edge1. You can use anyone that you like, right? But logging the trades, not for the sake of recording the trades, right? And have a logbook, but analyzing every trade that you log and realizing what you did wrong, what you did right. Having those pictures in your mind is very important, or at least it was for me. Thank you, Adam. Thanks, buddy. So we keep having divergence in the tick chart. Here is 28. There you go. We did have another one. Still. So let's be patient here. Like the long setup. This was the area that I had yesterday from my trade. Here, this is the demand. Is actually holding up pretty nicely. But the more time we spend close to this demand, the less likely I see it to keep working. So that's why I was not even thinking about taking that. And I'm gonna get rid of this one. The only one that I really have is this one. Oh, you have this pivot here. I'm gonna make a coffee. I'm coming back, okay? All right, I am back. All right, so the dollar broke through. Dollar broke through. Mhm. So this location is pretty bad. So I would say I will risk 150 bucks instead of my regular risk. So this location is not good. All right. Now we have nothing. Cool. The stop loss of the day is something that you can override Soccernatic, or is something that you have in your mind? Look, I'm gonna lose $1,000 and that's it. Before you answer, if it's something that you can override and keep trading, just close the YouTube, close the computer, go for a run, go do something else. Okay? If you feel like it's painful for you to stay there, just walk away. Now, so my advice right now is that you exercise your patience with yourself and shut everything down, turn it off, and go do something else. Um, if you want to, like I'm being very frank with you. Like those times that I do have a daily stop loss, $800 on my Ninja account. I could call them. I could threat them that I will sue them, but they will not activate my account the same day if I hit that minus $800, right? I still have that security measure for me. Don't you think you will lose time? Just think that you will make some progress in your psychology, right? But changes in psychology and mindset are so hard to keep on. How can I organize my idea? It's so hard to keep working on changing yourself because you don't see. It's hard to notice patterns, right? It's hard to notice that you are changing. But if you do the work, I promise you, you will become better. Mm. Well, that's a psychological barrier that can help you. Garden Angel Trader. What is that? What is that, Lee? It's something that you attach to your account, to your Ninja. How that works? That's very interesting, though. Nice. Let me Google it. Is Guardian Angel Trader. Hmm. Okay. That's a good feature to have. Thank you, Lee. Okay. Account Equity Guard. Account Equity Guard. MS. Oh my god, so bad. I will tell a story here. That was not a long time ago. That was a few months ago. I had this account with Apex that I've been trading for 4 months, and my friend and I we'd have some algos that we trade. So at the time we were in a drawdown, so we didn't have the algos running, right? So after a few weeks, we decided to reactivate them, and I put this Apex account. I'm telling you that it had like 60, 90 days, right? It was an old account. It was not a recently funded account. And I was making around $13,000. And it was with Apex. So by the time these guys had the rule that if you leave a position overnight, they will take their account out, right? So I broke the rule. If you break the rule, so you don't get paid. So I was making $13,000. And the computer had an error, and opened up a position at 4:15 in the afternoon. 2 micros, just 2 micros. So we didn't realized it until like 5:30 in the afternoon. And I can recall exactly the same time. Like I can recall the exact moment when I just realized that I had that position running, right? And they took my account away. They just closed the account. I was making $13,000. I didn't see not even 1 penny from that money. 2 micros. So yes, they delay payment for some reason. They have their rules. I don't know if it's what MS is saying, but it doesn't smell very good. So I try to just make the money and try to take it away as fast as I can, right? That's what I'm saying. Look, I went, look, I found the vice president email. So I was crossing email with the owner, basically, right? He took the money. He just took the money. And guess what? Like a few weeks ago, they sent an email that they were they were just getting rid of that rule that you can. This is not that you will put trades overnight, but they will close all positions regardless, right? Automatically at 4:59. My 2 preferred ones is earn to trade and 1UP. But now I have 2 other Apex accounts running in the background. I didn't trade all those accounts at the same time. I just started this week. I bought the software. Because I still have the accounts and they're not very old. I cannot withdraw the money, and I'm not trading them. Those are not my main account. It's just leverage, right? That I'm using. So if I blow them, I will be okay. If I keep them, I will be like requesting paying out $2,500 every time I can, right? Until I can withdraw the entire amount. I'm not buying any new account though with them. Now the good thing about earn to trade is that you can, once you make money, you can ask them for the payout right away. They will take 20% of it. Yes, it's higher than other ones, but you can withdraw the money. Yes, I think that's the best approach. And using those other trading accounts if you want to. Now, I'll tell you this, MS. Those trading, the funded accounts, they hurt me in some way psychologically because I was trading them in a more recklessly manner. So I was not paying attention to what I needed to the process. So I was just paying attention to making $1,000, $2,000 a day, which is pretty wrong. Yes. Also, with your real money, I think you will experience a lot more emotions, right? The real trading. Yes. So you have a funded account. You care and don't care at the same time. So you care in a way that, all right, you want to keep the account, but you don't care in a sense that you treat it so recklessly so you can make money, like big money, right? Like money that you're not ready for. 5,000 a day, 3,000 a day, probably you're not ready for it. And you're putting some bigger size to try to just hit the jackpot. Um here. Uh so here's the high. Here's the tick chart. 1016. 1016 is right here. Right? And after that, the market was going up and this thing was not making a new high. See here? After this, at 29, look at that. Higher high right here. Here was a lower high. That's a divergence. That's how you can spot if something is about to change. And we had this reversal. Now, here's the deal. I was looking for this pivot, but oh my god, this pivot is so ugly. I mean, I would have chosen this one. In hindsight, it's easy, so I don't pay attention to that. Right now, I do have probably this one. I use a TQ, but if you trade the ES, you should be using the tick chart. It's $ tick. The one that I use is $ tick Q. And I'll tell you, I don't know how to read that one. It's just not. It's the same concept, right? So, but you have to find your edge. Okay, long time ago. It's a long time that I don't trade the ES. and I found that the edge here on the NQ. That's why I focus on the NQ, and I got to know the behavior of the tick chart and so on, right? So you have to get accustomed to reading that chart. What I would recommend to you is have some screen time with the tick chart and watching the ES at the same time, and spot some sort of patterns, right? It might be different that the one that I'm looking at. So if I'm gonna take a long, which I'm not very inclined to, until the dollar is back in the supply, right? It's 41. This is the one. So for the short, I would say this one is not a bad location, but again, my risk and reward ratio is going to be very skewed here. I will have to take a confirmation and have a short, like have a smaller risk right here. It's 41. It's not bad. This is the NQ 500. Oh, sorry about that. So I need to change this. This is the 500 volume bar here. I don't know why this changes sometimes. All right. So I have an order right there. Probably, yeah. The tick chart is on the lower side. That's the only thing that is really hurting me. But the dollar is in a point where it started to bounce. Let's see. I lower my risk a little bit because of the location. Location is not ideal, but it is what it is. Like if I lose this trade, it's just one trade. All right, so I got stopped out, and then I have this opportunity. I do have this one. Let's go see this one. Probably I was not patient enough though. And this one I can take a limit. All right, so it touched my order, didn't fill me in. Oh no, it didn't touch it. All right, so I am in this short now. I am I think I am 1-to-1 already. Yeah. So it's time to move my stop to break even. And just wait for it. Just wait for it. Now here's a good area. Here's a very good area, right? We went higher from here, so it's yet to see what is going on, what is going to happen here. Soccer, I will advise you to not commenting on my trade till I have the target. I'm just kidding. It is what it is. Like this is a good area that we have against. We already moved 1-to-1, so worst case scenario, we don't lose any money in this trade, right? Oh my god, now I know that it's not gonna go, bro. Because you said that. Now I know it's not gonna go. Hmm. Does not look good. Definitely the 7 minute does not look good. Does not look pretty. Especially we haven't broken the high from the 7 minute. At this point, there's nothing I can do. It's either break even or target. So the tick chart is not looking good. It's extreme low and holding that 200 level right there, like 204. But at this point, like I said, I have nothing to do but, but to wait. It doesn't look good though. The 7 minute is bouncing from there. Yeah. Yeah, no, my entry was not bad, but yeah, it's not following through to the downside. The dollar is not going, is not doing whatever it's supposed to be doing. Yeah, so I got a break even trade. It might work, but it doesn't. Like, look at the 7 minute. The 7 minute is just going higher. Yeah, I wouldn't try this one. It's not a level that I trust um very much for a continuation to the downside. It's fine. We're -1. Yo, Soccernatic. You see that? You see what you do? That's fine. Just, I don't. It's okay. It's just one trade. When we were here, I was spotting the tick chart, and the tick chart was doing a extreme move here, like the one that it is doing right now. But the difference is that it was bouncing from here. Now it's not. So we might have more drop from this level. Yeah. So one losing trade, and the losing trade actually was, I think the location was not good. Obviously, the location was not good. I lowered my risk. In this one, I think I was back. Oh no, $200. So actually, I can go back to 270. How much is 270 though? It's 121. Oh, I need to lower it to 260. There you go. At this point, I think we do have more downside than upside, and the reason is the dollar. So the dollar is not dropping; is back into the supply for the fourth time today. So I don't know how strong can be this supply. That's the only question that I have left. I need to learn how to be more patient though here. I wanted to take this one. So a red day so far. Cannot complain. I did have a good day yesterday. For those who think that you will win every day, it's very hard. I bet there's some traders that can make green days every day, but I find it very hard. Yeah. So look, the area is not bad. Nice MS. Cool. I don't scalp. I find it too. I distort the scenario, so I will be taking 200 trades a day. That's not good for me. So look, the area is good. Probably would have treated as a tradable reaction instead. As a pullback continuation. If you see my trades go 3-4 times, like 60, 50 points. I know the volatility right now is it's insane, and I can get, like, yesterday I was up like 80 points or 70 points. But I take these trades, they run. This one is up like 50 points. I figure when the volatility comes down, I will be risking, instead of 20 points, I will be risking probably 10 points or less. Yeah, that's the thing, MS. If you're a scalper, fine. If you can find setups, but I tried everything, right? But I tried scalping, and but bro, I would see a setup where there was not a setup, right? So I wanted to take fucking every candle. That's why scalping is not for me. Cool. If you can keep it steady and not stressful, for me, this is not stressful. I either lose a trade or win a trade, and that's it. So, soccer, look, you said my trade was going to target, right? You should have said to hold on to it. Look at this thing. It's okay. The dollar is coming back up to the supply. Not at all, Count. Not at all. I don't average in. I could scale out, but I don't average in. Cade, what are you trying to do? Just hedge one account against the other one? If it's on the same user, I think they probably will realize that you were hedging one account against the other one. My wife trades, and we were trading accounts, and they flagged me. They emailed me asking me what was my relationship with this person. So I think they have a way to know your IP address or whatever. So I wouldn't do that like now. If it's under a different Reddit account, that's another story, right? Even though they flag you, what can they do? A lot better. No, I'm just kidding. She's starting though. Yeah. The long is the long is 11,141. And that was my target, by the way. She's not here. She's not here right now. I don't know. I need to ask her. She'll probably grow the channel better than me, though. All right, so the dollar hasn't reached the supply yet. So, and right now, 28 is the only area that I have here. I probably would have scaled out something here. Actually here. MB and MS ES traders, scalpers both, right? I think it's I think anyone can learn it, but it will take more time for her to understand how this thing works. And then you need to lose trades in order to have a profitable strategy, right? But she doesn't like it. If she doesn't like it, then no. What's the point, right? 9 to 10 points on the ES, that's good. That's $500 per contract. Per mini contract. For those watching right now, I would appreciate if you hit the like button so we can get notified and help more traders. Thank you, guys. This might be the area that we had before. This one. Squeezing. So location here is not good. I'm risking $100 or something. The dollar is approaching to the supply. So I want to try this one for a continuation to the downside. It's just 120 bucks. It's half what I'm risking, okay? All right, let's see if we can have a continuation to the downside. Yeah. Just because I have in mind the 141 for the overall bounce, right? Let's see if we at least have 1-to-1 here, so we can move the stop at break even and reduce our risk. Reduce our risk. So 1-to-1 will be, damn. 1-to-1 will be here. So tick chart is back at its lows. That's not good. But I feel like I don't want to break this rule so far, because the 7-minute is still yeah. So I do have 41 in mind right here. That's why I'm thinking in the continuation, right? So a new 7-minute is about to open. Let's see if we can have the push to the downside. So we didn't make it to the blue line, right? We're holding right there. All right, so we made it to the blue line. So I moved the stop. The dollar is back at the supplier as of right now. If we bounce to the upside, we won't lose any money. I'll catch up with the messages later, okay? So the 7-minute does not look pretty. I'll be honest with you. The 7-minute does not look pretty, but it is what it is. Like I have zero risk in this trade. If we are going to have the 141, we will win this trade. If not, we will just have a break-even trade. Oh, that's fine. Another break-even. I think that's it for me today, guys. 2 break-evens and 1 losing trade. It's I think that's it for me. I'm not timing this thing correctly. Yes. Now, I do have a story for my break-even. I do have a yeah, I do have data on my break-evens, right? The help that I get from the break-even is more psychological than any other, right? It's more psychologically good for me than financially, if you will. But there is a caveat, right? If I leave my stops at the initial points, right? I don't move them. I will have to go for at least 6-to-1 trades. And for me to hit 6-to-1 trades, it's hard psychologically. Like, hold on to the winners is not easy. I'm good with 3 and 4 for now. If I get better and I start hitting those 6, 7, then I will leave my stop more in the initial position, right? But for now that I'm going for 3, 4, I'm not ready. If I don't move my stop, I will start losing money. Because I did the study with my edge wonk, those trades that were a break even like this one, right? I'm logging in this trade today as a break even, and then I will put in the edge wonk one custom stat that says, all right, it ended up working after being stopped at break even. Okay, and sometimes I do take the trades more than once, like yesterday. Not in this case because I don't think the location is like the best one. But I will put in the edge one. Okay, I got stopped at break even, and then it ended up working, right? Partially right now. I will only put ended up working if I hit the final target. But I do have some data. A lot of my break evens and end up working. But I will have to hold them for at least 6 to 1, which I'm not ready right now. Yeah. Now, I didn't move my stop till we got to the blue line, because you cannot move the stop, when you please, right? You got to move it when it is the time. For me, it's 1 to 1. You can have a different rule. For me, it's 1 to 1. Soccer, I understand I would be making money here, but that doesn't worry me. Like, all right, this one I was stopped out break even. I cannot see trading in just one trade, right? Yesterday I was stopped out break even twice, and then I took it the third time, and it worked, right? I could have been stopped out yesterday as well. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna make money in the future. I can make it tomorrow. It's just $180 that I'm losing. $190. So we cannot see this in just one single trade. We need to see this like a more broad spectrum, right? Like a whole, a collection of trades. And every scenario is definitely different. So here the location is better, but in this one, I would be even more aggressive moving the stop because the location is worse. Is worse here. So we're close to demand, right? Whereas here you have some more room to the downside. That's how I see it, though. Yes. Yeah. If I were aiming for a 5 to 1 or more, then I would say I don't need to move my stop. But here's the thing. Holding for those 5 to 1 is pretty hard psychologically. So I'm trying to get better at that, okay? That's why you see me holding the trades. If I would have been in this trade, let's say I didn't move my stop and I would be in this trade still. So this still will be would have gotten 5 to 1, but my target was here. Remember, my target was 47, I guess. I think it's 47. So I would have scaled out already for sure, but I would have gotten all this back from here to here. I would have my stop break even, at least for my runner. Okay? So I would have gotten all this back. Which is fine. Like, it is what it is. It's hard to guess. You just need to have a plan, execute it the best way you can, and period. That's it. I will advise you not to look at your break evens as just one trade. But that's so wrong. It's just one scenario that happened in the market that got nothing to do with your trading plan. You have to contemplate a universe of trades, like 100 trades, 200, or whatever, 50 trades. Well, how many do you have? That's what you need to consider, right? Yes, if the rules are profitable indeed, they will pay you out sooner or later. So you need to be patient. All right, so two break evens, one losing trade. And the losing trade was actually, I would say, more like a crappy trade right here. Super tested supply. One, two, third time. Not good. No, I'm very consistent with my rule. It's 1-to-1 break even. 1-to-1 break even. I do it every time. And sometimes I do it even faster when I against the trend and I am close to my 1-to-1, but I'm in a I'm against the momentum, against a big momentum, but we don't have momentum today. Like it's not going anywhere. Right? It's just a choppy day. Like I would say, like sideways volatile. Like it's moving, but it's not going anywhere. So if I am against the momentum and I am close to my 1-to-1 and I see the tick in the other extreme, meaning very much against me, against my direction, I might move the stop. But if not, I just wait for the 1-to-1. Bro, log all those trades, take pictures, record those pictures in your mind, in your head, so you don't take them tomorrow. That's it. Ay, ay, ay. Actually, you have a divergence here in the markets. Like RTY is dropping big time. I didn't notice that. ES is negative, NQ is slightly positive. So the fact that RTY is very negative just gets my attention. So the dollar's choppy. Rates still in the same place from like since 8 a.m. Since 7. So we haven't have any movement on yields. All right, guys. This is it for me today. Thank you for being here. Thanks for sharing this time with me. I do appreciate that you spend your time with me. Um, if you like what I do, please consider subscribing to the channel. Share to with other people so we can reach other traders. Thank you, Snake. Thank you, King. Thank you, Soccer, and BMS. All of you guys. Beto, George, probably. All of you guys here. Thank you, Diggory. See you guys tomorrow. Same time, 8:50 for the pre-market, 9:25 for the live trading session. All right? Bye.